idea was to have kind of a sprint, but then it's our last call of the year, so I don't think it makes sense to make to have a sprint session. So maybe we can just like have that last level of coordination. I don't know, we've been in calls for so long, I feel like there was so many intros, but should we do like an intro session for this call?
As you wish, I don't know, maybe it can be really, really short. Like, what are your purposes for the next year? And one of my purposes is to start studying a PhD. So I'm excited about that, and I would really like to keep working in this project. And I pass it to Livia.
Oh, that's a tough question right now. I haven't thought about it yet because there is such a mess to organize from this year still. But I think getting more involved with music. I got a synthesizer yesterday, and I'm pretty excited about that. And also, I think studying more. I feel like the TEC has opened my mind in a lot of ways that I would love to keep exploring and expanding. And I pass to Jake.
I love synthesizers. I love modules. I play with that stuff all the time. I love it. Love it. Absolutely love it. Go crazy for it. All right. Oh man, next year. I don't helping this thing. I really I've been wanting to in crypto for like 5 years, and like I'm actually in it now, and I'm like blown away every day just thinking about these little contributions, because it's like this is all I wanted to do. So I'm really excited just to see where it goes, honestly. I do have to share, like, because I love crypto. The SEC going after Ripple is like the coolest thing ever. That's like, yeah, you're gonna die. Go, go, go. I'm like so excited about this and the death of the XRP army. Like, I couldn't be happier about this. I'm sorry, but it's like the coolest thing to end 2020 in my mind. Anyways, as long as you're not an XRP bag holder, I'm sorry. Other than that, I'll pass it to Santi.
Okay, and right after the airdrop, that was just synchronized. Anyway, I've been in crypto for quite a while, and joining this community is a great opportunity, because I'm starting to see ways of trying to launch something next year. I have two projects in my head that I like to deal with. One is dealing with NFTs, and another one is probably trying to replicate the model that we're gonna launch with the Token Engineering Commons into something different. A group on a group, not I wouldn't say not a for-profit, but in between a non-for-profit and a for-profit company. So I would probably knock on some of you guys' door and ask for feedback for as I keep giving it to these ideas, and hopefully next year I might be able to launch at least one of them. I don't know who's missing. I was late here, so I'll pass to Griff, and he can give
I can.
the turn
I
to
have
whoever's missing.
It's perfect. So I think I want to help launch a bunch of commons, including Santi's. I would love to see some Catalonian commons are actually like really high on my list, because I'll be in Barcelona a lot, and I'd love to start replacing the Spanish government one service at a time. And I think we could start this next year. So I'm pretty stoked about that. And obviously getting the TE Commons off the ground and not only launched, but like successfully bootstrapped and like moving is pretty much my main goal for the next year. It'd be really cool if Burning Man happens, because then I could do my camp again. And yeah, and basically, you know, I just want to play the bull market right this time. I totally just rode the wave all the way up and then all the way down. And, you know, like this time I'm hoping to ride the wave up and ride it a little down and then just like not go anymore down, you know. Oh yeah, I'm good, you know, like hooray. And so this is the core dream. And a lot of that goes along with launching all these projects as quickly as fucking possible so we can get the bull market pump, you know, and be in that environment. That's DAppNode, Giveth, TEC, and the Common Stack. And well, Hermes already launched and getting IDEN 3 back on track so they actually do identity. Anyway, I have a lot to do this year. I'll pass it to Tam.
I love what everyone said so far. I think I'm going to focus on just one thing, and I'd love to travel again. So I think I'm going to make it a priority to visit some places that I've not been in for the last year. Juan, did we hear you?
We started, I think it's Septimus.
Septimus.
Yeah, thank you. For me, this year I'll be moving with Sam, so it's going to be a learning opportunity. Yeah, I will be the whole year with Sam this year. Yeah, it's going to be an incredible opportunity to keep learning with him. And for sports thing, I'd love to have front lever and handstand. Yeah, those are my goals for next year.
Can you say that again? A handstand and what?
And front lever is the one you took from the bar and then you keep light down. Yeah, like Jake is doing. Yeah. Did you go, Juan? Oh.
I think
Yes.
everyone went.
Everyone went.
Olivia?
Maybe I'll ping Jess. But I didn't have like a full plan for this call, but I thought that we could just give working group updates in the sense of like, is there anything we need from each other right now? Like how is the state of each working group in a sense of like I'm feeling confident about what has to be done. I know we did the exercise for what are the priorities of the hatch. Maybe we can look at that board and see where we're at, like how are we feeling, what do we need to move forward. Do you guys think that's a good idea?
I think I just want to ask a question. There is an agenda for this, I think, because I added some things to something that I think is the agenda for this. Is it the right community stewards sync? Is that the right doc?
Yeah,
Maybe we could build
I
the
just
agenda
saw that
now.
you posted. I just saw that you posted there that the first sprint planning to be in January, and then review of sprint 5, right? Okay, Tim. So you take it over.
We could build on top of that too if there's other things to discuss. Absolutely. The first one is just super short. Actually, it's just that next time we meet, possibly, will be a sprint planning session for all the work streams of the Token Engineering Commons. So yay! There is already a workspace that's dedicated to the Token Engineering Commons. That's not the one that we've been looking at before. But everything is just in new issues pipeline. So we'll have to go through it, create a new sprint, and then move our issues for the sprint into the product backlog, and then prioritize them into the sprint backlog. So it'll be the first, it'll be like the initiation for the TE Commons sprint. I hope you're excited about that. As excited as I am. And I just want to pose a question to the team. Do we just do this for the session? I mean, do we use the hour that we have that first week of January, or would you rather we just book another time slot for that? Do you think it's necessary to have 2 meetings next week?
I think we could use that hour. That's my vote.
I guess, does anyone disagree? It seems reasonable. Cool.
I feel like we tend to use more than an hour to do the task. So I don't know if we want to do it like the hour before this as well. And just kick Atta to the side, move him to some other time.
Olivia, what do you think?
Yeah, we could do that.
Does everyone want to spend 2 hours together next Wednesday? Nice. Awesome.
I mean, the one before, the one after, right?
The hour before and this one? In place
No,
of...
I mean, not next Wednesday, then the other one.
Oh, actually, I'm sorry. Let me bring my calendar up. When is it?
Yeah, not this one, not this next Wednesday, but the Wednesday after.
January, the first week of January.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. So, in fact, what is it? January 6th. So actually, I'm not sure if I can change it. Can I change it? Right. I'm not sure if I can actually change that meeting, but I'll do it after. If I'll do after. Okay, awesome. And then if I wanted to share, so here we have the current. It is the board that has both TEC and Common Stack, but we'll take off the Common Stack and just sort of look at.
Just before we dive into that, while I'm looking at the calendar, are we going to do this call next week? Do you guys want to hang out next week for an hour at this time, or should we just cancel it? I know Livia won't be there, right? Which is
yeah, I'll be traveling next Wednesday.
I can do it.
Santi, you're not doing TEC stuff next week either.
I'm not doing TEC stuff on the regular base, but I will be doing some stuff. If you guys are willing to do it, there's no problem for me.
Yeah.
You know, it might be a good time to like have a working session on the manifesto, actually.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. We could do manifesto writing. What I'll say then, I'll leave it on the calendar, and obviously everything next week is optional. Don't feel obligated to shit, you know?
That's good message. I think I'm sharing my screen still. Yeah. All right. So awesome. Nothing's blocked. That's fantastic. Unless it's. Here's what I'm going to propose. We'll go by milestone 5, and then we'll do each working group. And why don't we start with Jake? You have from this sprint, you have just this one issue in progress. I'm going to open it for you. This one was blocked by the hatch, wasn't it?
Well, I can't see your screen, so it's not loading on my end. I don't know what you're looking at.
Gosh, I'm sorry. Can anyone else not see my screen?
Oh, here it is. Oh, yeah. Spec out the first full test deployment on the creation. Yeah, well, okay. I'm working on the TLDR. That's when I just got my hatch parameters from Griff. I got to write that sucker up, and that's got to get made too. And then once we have the TLDR, and I'd really like to launch this first part, because then we can write the spec out for at least that. You know what I mean?
Good news. Hatch.tecommons.org, baby.
You did it. All right.
I didn't do shit. But
Grief, can we put Rapix Day there already?
yeah.
All right, because I saw some little bird just send me some Rapix Day. I will just put them there.
Yeah.
Thank
It
you.
was a Christmas present.
Tam, so that's where I am. I get the TLDR done, and then we well, now that I got this going, then we could actually, I mean, we have that manifest you want to work on next one. Me and Griff will have to get together, and then we could actually start maybe with YGG and start doing this too. So actually now I'm kind of like, now I got this, I can go to this. So I should be able to work on this pretty quickly. Besides a few other little things I got to wrap up, like writing disclaimers for Telegram and GitHub.
Okay, cool. So I'm not going to do anything with this because when we revisit this board on the, what did I say? It was the 6th in January, the first week of January. It will be our new TEC coordination board that we use to do our planning. So this board is a little bit, this is just for us to close out this sprint this week. Santi, shall we do legal? Do we have, nope. Close the sprint. So we had nothing for legal, but that doesn't sound possible. We have a lot in the product backlog. Do you want to just give an update, Santi, on legal?
Sure. What I'm basically focused on is to, and that's going to be tomorrow, we're going to finally publish the forum post with the process to become a hatcher. And that was basically what we've been working on top of that, and it should appear somewhere there. We've started to work on the terms to become to purchase TEC tokens.
Another big deliverable, we can actually use the Ropsten network on the C-Stacked app and make a contribution. Lots of stuff needs to be fixed, but we're getting there.
Okay.
Awesome. All right. Eduardo's not here, but onboarding, let's see, sorry.
I think we had 5 proposals up on there now, 4 or 5. So that's good.
There we go.
And
Yeah,
I think this next week over the break, while you, Eduardo, and I are all like, lonely, we'll just like throw our excess energy into kicking off the hatchers, no matter what Jess says.
Right, Luna Swarm is done. Yeah, that one's closed. Yeah, it was a big week for proposals this week. TE Academy, I know Jess is working on that one.
You could say blocked.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I think.
Okay, it's good to know.
I don't think it's blocked by anything, though.
Well, it's blocked by Angela saying I'll wait till January.
Mm.
At least it's not in progress. It's not like we're doing anything on it.
Yeah. Oh, and if you guys are gonna hack on this, please don't abandon the FAQ doc.
Definitely.
Sam, if you have a minute to put the questions from Wesley that you got into
It's done already.
Oh, you put in there already? Wow, no words for you.
There were. Yeah, I mean, I've been hungry to put them somewhere. So as soon as you created that doc, I went right in.
Where did you post the doc?
In the curate experts.
On the onboarding working group and also in the sheet.
Where in the sheet? Ah, okay, cool.
Right in the top.
I'm gonna make it more in the top.
It's also in the top of the curate spreadsheet. which makes it.
Yeah. It's
This onboarding documentation library, this is the forums?
Yeah, I think this can be closed.
Yeah. Okay, sweet. And then recurring and promote TE. This is done, right?
It's kind of a repeating task.
Yeah, it. I'll explain also next week for this group, but the repeating tasks, we can close them, and then in the beginning of the sprint, we just move them back out of close. We reopen them. So repeating tasks will always come back into the sprint based on how you identify them. So yeah, we're done.
Yeah.
So
we're not doing it the next 2 weeks, I guess.
Yeah, that's a good point. I'll leave it for Jess to close. Is it Jess? Yeah. All right. Shall we move on to? I'm not sure if we have anything for conflict management. Should we have a check? And one. Oh, everything is closed for you. So we just have a bunch of new issues for you. Do you want to just give an update from your side?
Yes, thanks, Tam. I think that the scope of conflict management for the first sprint is going to be to launch the training of mediators in the organization. And I like the idea that I was suggested a few calls ago about having it like in a post and for an open call for people that wants to join this group and want to get trained in these skills. I have the 3 epics that are around the process, the onboarding of manager, and in the 3 of them, I have had some advances, but also I've had some new questions that need to be solved. Like I still don't know what will be the reward mechanism for this group of people. I don't like have a solid idea on that. And also, like I am proposing that they can as, and I wonder also the vote they are going to have for these collective decisions that they will make. Griff, sorry, I thought you were going to say something about.
Yeah, just Maurice just came to one call, and it just changed my life. Seriously, like he just said, "Oh yeah, reward mechanisms. It should be done on an individual basis because everyone has individual needs." And that's the end deal. Is like if there's clear expectations of what is needed, then you make as the gravity lead. I would just empower yourself to make an individual agreement with each individual person, just like I made an individual agreement with you. I have a different agreement with Jake. We have a different agreement with Tam and Livia. It's kind of the same agreement there. Zep and Santi, we have a different agreement. They get impact hours. Everyone gets the deal that works best for them to do what needs to be done.
Well, that's a point that needs to be a little bit more polished, and I would really like also to explore different alternatives and ways to make it like fair for everyone, and also for make it sustainable. so yeah, maybe I like to have more ideas on that, and that the recent things we've done is a document that is a protocol for calls. It's been like approved between some calls, but it hasn't been approved in the organization, and I think that maybe I can about it so that people can see it. And also I am going to work these days in the code of conduct, because I think that it's very important to be clear on what are our terms are and conditions. And well, I think that's it. I also want to make a little bit more. This is something that Livia told me yesterday, and I think that I want to apply it, and is to make invisible things to come visible. Is that I think that I've made like advances in some documents, but I still haven't like make it so clear for all the organization to see what is the gravity process and what is going to be the role going to be these people onboarded. So yeah, I think that that's what I'm going to start working in these weeks. And I would really love to have participation for the group of stewards to join the gravity group, and also to plan the training course that we are going to have. I made like an initial 8-hour plan that is what I think that is the minimum things that a mediator can should have, but like all suggestions are welcome, so that we can have a really good course and with very approach of the organization.
I have a high interest in joining that conflict management training, and I wonder if does it make sense that all stewards should, or does it make sense that there's more specific conflict managers that would, but not necessarily all stewards?
I was thinking that it would be really nice to have other people that is not necessarily stewards. I mean, obviously welcome, and it would be really nice, but it would be also nice to have people from other working groups to get empowered, and also to like decentralize that decisions. And also because it would be nice to have a certain independence between gravity and the stewards group, so that it doesn't seems that gravity is just like a way of implementing the decisions of the stewards. So yeah, I think it's like a checks and balance, that it would be nice to have participation from people from the different working groups, but I mean including the stewards, but also just regular members.
I think that's a great point.
I think there's also a few things that we talked yesterday that could become issues, so we don't forget, like smaller things like making an automatic message for when someone answers the type form, this type of things.
Do we just
Absolutely.
Do we just add them right now, or they? Do you want us to just open those issues now?
I can make it in this call, but we can also like jump to another if not take too much time.
Yeah. Liv, I think we'll look to you for, and I'll bring up soft dev.
Okay. Also, Livia yesterday gave me a really good idea that the type form is just one way to communicate with the gravity group, but it would be really nice that the gravity members make some calendly, and that people in the organization can schedule like small sessions to talk with them, because sometimes these conflicts can be just like to have a chat session with the mediator and to look for solutions, and maybe to things that haven't even happened. Like this could be also really a preventive thing, that people can schedule a call with the gravity members just to like talk about anything. So yeah, that is also a thing that the Calendly on and the availability of the conflict managers to have a chat session with the members.
Well, thank you, Juan.
I don't better.
Again.
Okay, I give a chance for anyone feeling to give a chance for anyone on the community to be able to get in touch to Gravity privately.
Yes, maybe what I've learned about the type form is that it doesn't deliver like the information like in a polished level. The information that is in the type form is very raw, and that people shouldn't be everyone in the those answers, and only like a few of them should be able to of those answers, and to then like assign another gravity member to study and to manage like a case. So it would be like a filter, but I call like something very informal, but also they have like in the week, and just discuss about anything. Maybe it doesn't be necessarily has to be a action. I am keeping this like with a very big com. But yes, Santi, the I to have a list.
Yeah, that sounds great because people may feel more comfortable on a first private contact, and then after that we deal with
be able to read the form, but because it's a common stack type form, a bunch of members of the common stack have access to those.
Have a lot of entries uh, uh, for inputs to come to the gravity group. So yeah, we need to keep polishing, and maybe if we can have another idea of an easy entry, we can try to implement it.
I don't know. I feel like most of the people who search for conflict resolution would probably want to keep it private at first. Actually, so privacy is a huge deal. I agree with that too.
There's also the DAO chat box that he too is making that could serve that purpose.
What is it?
He's making a chat bot. So, like it would be something people could send a message and chat with. Like, and if he's building the infrastructure for that already, maybe it would be easy to talk to him and have it be used for make it so it's specific for this.
I am not sure, Livia, if you're having a real conflict, if you want to deal with a bot. Honestly.
Yeah, Typeform is also kind of a bot, right? But
that's the reason we need other channels beside the Typeform. I think we need to have several, as Juan Carlos said, and Typeform is perfect for anything that I want to deal or reach on a normal way through Gravity. But when I really have a conflict, I may want to approach it privately to one person, and after that, he's the expert. I trust the Gravity group, and they will know how to better deal and search to solve the conflict. But I don't want bots. I want persons.
Hey, Eduardo, I'm so glad you're able to join us. Moving is such a hassle. I don't envy you these moving pains. We already.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. Okay. I was just going to say we already did go over onboarding, but I'd love for you to share your personal update with your update personally with the team. But let's do Livia and SoftGov first. So pass to you, Liv.
Thanks. Yeah, so these two are kind of blocked by each other. I mean, the mutual accountability is blocked by the agreements one. And the agreements is kind of big, is all that we did in that last session, and separating all of the different codes of conduct and agreements we have to have. And I think everyone is individually working on those, on topics people committed with. So I think it's gonna become like go into the next sprint. And then mutual accountability, we kind of need to understand the agreements to be accountable for them, and like have methods for that. And we're also kind of looking into that in gravity. So I feel like some things have to move for me to have more clarity around there. And welcome to feedback too.
Clarity around the written agreements.
Yeah, they are happening in this document. I'll post the document in the issue as the code of conduct document.
Do you need help? What help do you need? Or is it just something you pick up again in January?
Yeah, I think everyone knows what they committed with.
Oh, right. Okay, that document.
Yeah, we just need to fill that out and then have a revision of that document. And I don't know, it just feels like a lot. Like it needs to be coordinated with legal and with gravity. But this document is basically like, it's going to be a huge deliverable from like the cultural build for us to understand what are the boundaries, what are the agreements, what are the expectations, what is the code of conduct, what are we wanting to hold people accountable for, not only the commitments they make, but how do we behave in this community. And also then the next step would be developing a process to change any of this if needed, that will be needed at some point.
Yeah, this is big.
The process for change is the decision-making process, right? That we have.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess just making it like very clear that they could be changed, and that like having a little, because otherwise people think it's something untouchable. So just like, oh, this is how we came up with them. Maybe that would help giving context to someone that would want to change, like understanding how they would made in the first place and what are the things that you could take into consideration. So just like maybe a small guideline of like, oh, if you want to change them, like here are important things.
I mean, sorry to interrupt. I think the changes can be just walked through. For example, let's say the forum, like we just have a post or something that is like open to questions or open to suggestions, so people can start submitting possible changes if they consider something that needs to be improved, and people can vote on those changes. So in a way, it's community driven, and it's community voted. The next changes it's like forming an association or forming like a community. The first draft is designed by like sort of the people who direct it, and then the rest is given to the community, and the community decides upon it. And if you do that through the forum, I think it would be the ideal scenario. What I don't see from this is like in this document, there are like I think the ideal thing will be to have a template or a basis, like all, because we have right now, I don't know how many code of conducts, but like if you just have us, like if we just summarize, I don't know if there's a work session for this, but if we just summarize in a in a template or in a place the common patterns in most of the working groups, so we have that in a single space. And if you are, for example, Discord, or if you are onboarding working group, whatever you are, or the forum, you just add your section to that template rather than having different code of conduct for every single space. It's way too complicated. For me, it will be easier to just have a template based on this consensus that we all have created, and then we just add at the bottom or wherever it needs to be added the nexus that goes to the regarding working place that you are going to. So you will see basically the same stuff at the beginning for every code of conduct. Where it will change is just the bottom with a section dedicated to whatever section you are working on. I don't know if that makes sense.
No, you first, Livia. I talked to.
I'm talking so much today, Tuna. I just got confused. I got a little bit confused about what you're saying, Eduardo, because I think we don't have a consensus yet, and that's why this is confusing right now.
Yeah, I mean, if for the next step, it is like I'm just curious to understand like what will be the next step regarding all these code of conduct. Like, I had assumed they are a sort of kind of brainstorming process, whether all these code of conduct will be put into a single document that will have at the end the section dedicated for the forum or the section dedicated for whoever onboarding working group or whatever it is, rather than having 7, 6, 8 different code of conducts. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I see what you mean. You're talking about the next process. Yeah, I agree with that. I thought you were talking about this one. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
No, I'm talking about what's next after making this 7 or I don't know how many code of conducts we are like putting up in that document. But like no, I'm talking about the next step. To have it clean, like to make a work session dedicated to just pinpoint the aspects that are common in all these code of conduct that each one have done, so we can put it together in a document that has all this common points, and the ones that are different regarding each platform or each space can be singularized at the bottom of that code of conduct. So if you go to the forum, you will see the beginning will be the same. If you go to the Discord, the beginning will be the same. And then at the end or at the top, it doesn't matter. But somewhere in that code of conduct, you will have the section that goes for the platform that you are in. But you will all have the same basis.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, the idea is just that because we don't have that same basis right now, that we are each creating a version of it, and we can all see the document, so we can cheat from each other, like looking at what is there already and making sense of like what each person is adding individually to
Exactly.
those sections, and then we'll have that's the idea.
Yeah, like I think this is a brainstorming process to get that sort of template or common part.
With the last 7 minutes, Livia, would you like to talk about anything else with respect to soft gov other than what was in the sprint? Otherwise, maybe we pass to Septimus for transparency working group.
Thank you, Tam. Right now, we are not using Discord, but I could share the points we are working on, and I think that would be amazing. Just need 1 second. I share my. I first need to.
Finally, we get some Septimus in the transparency groups. Like every call, it's like no time for transparency.
I'm sharing the browser. I'll go. I actually have it in here. And we had a call with Ivy, and we the next points we are going to work. Like, I think those things should go on GitHub, but yeah, we're really not using it. But next on January 9th is when we are going to start to record the calls and having more action. And the items we have for the next call is make a forum post to invite everyone to participate. We already have this one because Griff created as a channel. Then Ivy is going to create a spreadsheet of calls to be made public, so people can put their names if they want to volunteer to record the call. Well, I think we can delete that because Griff says it's not that important. Like, if some calls we don't have, it's okay. And the next item we have, actually, me and Ivy are going to have one-on-one session. I will help her to set up all the Discord, like the background noise and all that stuff. But I think, actually, I was talking today to Tonga, and maybe I can create an event on the calendar. So if anyone else wants to join, that would be good. And yeah, that's what we are working on for the next calls. But I think it would be super interesting to have it on the GitHub, so it's going to be more clear for everyone. I'll be working on that during the holidays. And thanks for the time.
Oh, so short. I'm wondering if you guys have a plan on making it easy to show people how to record calls, or if there's even a resource for that, because I assume you'll have to be onboarding people to record the calls.
We have on the manifesto, we are using OBS. Yeah, I think that's the better software we can use because it's open source and it's super easy to use. Yeah, maybe if we have time, I think we could go through the I was not prepared for that now, but we could also go through the manifesto and maybe I remember something. We were updating that last call. Actually, I would love to hear some feedback on that, because actually, yeah, it's a very good moment. Like, for example, we were saying, like, at the beginning, for example, legal calls would be on height, and we were saying communities to us were going private videos. But if we are going to make it a document where everyone can see the links, I think that doesn't make sense anymore. And should everything we do should be public, or in Discord at least, or not? I would like a round of or just raise hands, or what do you guys think?
So, like, thumbs up if we should go with transparency for stewards. Thumbs down if we should be a cabal and hide our intentions. And I think you know how I'm gonna vote.
Awesome. Wow, that's awesome. Thank you all. Yeah, so everything can be public. Then I think that's the main goal. Yeah, Juan Carlos.
That as in SoftGov yesterday's call, Griff said, like, each working group should have the responsibility around taking decisions of the issues of the working group. So I think that the filter for what can be published and what cannot be published initially comes from transparency, from the transparency group, that decision. And then if there is a conflict, then we can have a discussion about it in between the stewards. But I think that initial filter to see if what can be published should be on transparency.
Yeah, thank you. I was thinking, like, for example, the Discord calls, like, it's mostly to be like, it's easy to be shown. But for example, then of course, like private calls and other stuff, like it's going outside transparency. That's fine. But I was talking more or less about the working groups and like the work we're doing in here. And I also on the agreements, I highlighted a new agreement I add. Like it would be to have all, like right now I'm still recording, but I'm super ready to just live stream every call, and that would be even better, because my idea on live stream, it's okay if someone doesn't want to be shown his face or his voice or whatever, he can just join the stream, and if he wants to say something he can even chat, and I don't know, people can just go there, and it's live stream, so they are synchronized at the same time. And I put it on the agreements.
Yeah, I think it's very interesting that we do this. And there's I guess one point is informing the people that they are being live streamed, and live streams are recorded. In one of the agendas, it's now in bold and red on the top of the agenda. I think that would be really nice if we have that in every agenda, and make sure we publish the agenda or have the agenda in the calendar notes, so that anyone who joins a call opens the agenda and knows that they're being recorded. And I guess this is more a question of legal, is whether we have to say it at the beginning of the call or not.
Yeah, with Ivy, let me share again. We were doing, Ivy did that, and I think every working group would be nice if they have it. This call is being live streamed and recorded to protect your privacy as needed. And I think also we were talking about like saying it at the beginning, just when we start to record, we say it, and then like at the same time, we with Ivy were discussing about if other people, for example, I say now, okay, this is being recorded or live stream, and then after 5 minutes another person joins, and we were thinking, okay, we have it on the agenda, we have it on the beginning of the recording. I think that should be enough. What do you guys think?
Go ahead, Livia. Okay. My experience has always been that people own their image. So if they come in, I mean, what we have to worry about is someone's like, what? This was recorded? Take it down. And if they asked for it to be taken down, it has to be taken down, or it has to be edited. And that's really the obligation that we have. It's a courtesy for us to say it at the beginning. It's more about we have to be respectful of people's privacy as they desire. But it's also in our best interest to tell everyone that they're being recorded. Now, I do think that just being in the Discord environment is sort of like, oh, anyone can pop in here. It's a lot different than a Zoom. You know, it has a more of an air of privacy. So that's my thoughts.
But what if we are live streaming? Should I cut off the streaming if someone says something about that, or because if it's live, I cannot edit. At least at that moment, I could download the video and.
Yeah, we can take down the video afterward, and that's what we're supposed to do.
Cool. Sorry, we're a little over the hour, but I would like to anyway do a speed round closing. I am going to pick somebody. I'm going to pass it, and you just say your favorite thing about this team, the first thing that comes to mind. Passing to you, Jake.
I actually don't. I don't really actually have anything to say right now. Okay. What do I like about this group of people? You're just so doggone happy all the time. Everybody I worked around, we were mean. God, we hated each other. We threw things. We broke stuff. I mean, we cussed all the time. We weren't very clean or nice people. And it's just like night and day. You guys are so happy all the time, and I love it. I really do. Means a lot. Okay. Livia.
I I love so many things about this group. It feels very very warm in the heart. I don't know. It's just like waking up excited to work and excited to like see you guys every day, and there is calls every day, and it's so much happening all the time, and it's not that like, oh my god, I have to do this. It's very refreshing and exciting, and I really love the relationships that we've been building, and that people have a sensitivity that I think it's very like sophisticated in a sense, to care about each other and to want to cultivate these relationships on a daily basis. And I pass to Juan.
I have a fabula story, animals.
A fable.
Fable that I really like, and like that expresses a lot how I feel this moment. And the fable goes like a little bit like this. There was a pearl in a hen house, and a chicken finds the pearl, and the chicken tells the pearl, "You would be much valuable if you were in a pearl necklace or in a pearl earrings, but right now you are in a hen house and valuable a flake of corn." So like the meaning of that fable is that you cannot shine who are not in the right place, where peers that value you and that let you put the best use of your value. And yeah, I feel like here I am surrounded by people that makes me like shine brighter and takes the best of me, and instead of being surrounded by that don't appreciate your full value. So yeah, that's how I feel. And I will pass it to Santi. No sé si está aquí.
Yeah, I feel the sense, the easygoing of these meetings with the group, getting to catch with what's going on in every single group, even though if you are assisted to the call, sometimes you of course are not into everything that's going on in every single group, and being able to share here and go formally through the Zen Hub that Tam is greatly leading, and then having this amount of time just sharing on a more informal way makes it really great for me. It's a great hour of the week. I'll pass it to Gref.
Yeah, my favorite thing about this team is everyone brings something different. It's like a team potluck, and it seems really well oiled, where it's not like everyone brought dessert. Everyone brings something delicious to the table, and then we have a perfect dinner. So yeah, I'll pass it to Zeptimus.
Thank you, Griff. Wow, for me, I was talking actually yesterday with them, and I think the community overall is amazing. And myself, I think I'll grow a lot, like since the beginning. I remember like my first call, and I was like frozen. it was frozen, and now I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I feel so great right now, and yeah, like Libby was saying, the warmth of the community is amazing, and since the first call, I don't know. I feel like home since the first call. Yeah, it's amazing, and also like all the members are super special. I don't know. It's super cool. It's really cool. Not only the stewards, but like the whole community is very good, amazing. I'll pass it to Edu.
In my case, I really like the willingness of people. I feel there is so much willingness to do, to help, to create, to collaborate, and not only the willingness, but what matters for me, it's what is so relevant for me. It's because I feel that the place where this willingness comes from is an honest place. It's like it's not based on, like, it's this simple factor of trusting a stranger like me, or a stranger that we could all have been at some point. Trusting a stranger with giving you the time for an hour to explain something, or to co-create something, and walk you around along the path. I feel that taking the time to do that takes a lot of empathy and takes a lot of willingness, and that for me is such a precious thing in a world like the one that we live right now, where people are selfish and they do not have time to be empathic towards another. So I feel that the basic principle of this group, which is empathy, even if you're tired, even if like I can see sometimes someone's faces at how tired they are, or like they don't want to talk anymore because they have been talking for hours, or is like really late on their country, or really early on where they are. Even though I have never received a bad face, I have never received like a wrong comment, and that for me talks about the willingness to be present, and the willingness to be empathic, and that for me it's all I can ask for. So yeah, I will pass it back to you, Tam.
Cool, and I think I'm the last one, right? Sorry, I'm really tired. Speaking of tired, and I'm sorry we ran a little over, but I'm just going to throw mine in for fast. Empathy was also the first word that came to me, and we really everyone here comes with their hearts wide open and ready to understand and ready to feel for each other. And consideration was the other one. I think we really think about, all right, maybe I'm getting there, but the people in this team like have a high level of consideration and really think about each other and care for each other. And those are my favorite things. And on that, I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of your day or evening. Okay. Bye, everyone.